Let me tell you something that might annoy you a little. You see, if ChatGPT has been giving you weak or maybe generic or confusing answers, it's not because you're a beginner in the game. You understand? It's not that. That's not the point. It's because you are treating ChatGPT like Google. You see, ChatGPT doesn't work like by magic. It works by following instructions. Okay, so that is why today I will show you one simple ChatGPT prompt formula that works for any task, whether you're talking about writing, learning, money, ideas, you name it. And one thing you should understand is that this is not a list of random prompts, okay? This is the only framework beginners actually need, okay? And once you understand this framework, you'll be able to avoid these guessing games when you're typing into ChatGPT. You understand? Or maybe any other AI out there. Okay? For example, now, most people ask ChatGPT questions like this. How can I make money online? You see, you put this kind of question, and then later you'll be asking, say, like, why is it giving me basic or confusing answers? Why won't you give you confusing answer before? You see, ChatGPT was not designed to think for you. It was designed to think with instruction. So instead of asking it questions, what you do instead is to give it a clear thinking structure. Okay, and it's this structure that I'm about to show to you. Okay, starting from today, just know that every powerful ChatGPT prompt has 5 components. Yes, 5. And let me list them for you. Okay, number one is the role. As in, who do you want ChatGPT to act as, the role? And number two is the goal. What do you want it to achieve for you? What do you want to achieve? And number three is the context, that's the background information. And number four is the constraints, that's the rules and the limits that you give to it. Okay. And number five is the output. The output, how do you want your answers to be presented? Basically, if you miss any of these components, your results suffers. Okay. Now let us break each one down with real business examples. So the first component is the rule. It's actually the rule. That's the first component. That rule, it tells ChatGPT who it is, who is acting as. So, and ChatGPT behaves differently depending on the role you assign to it. It behaves differently depending on the role you assign to it. So you must endeavor that you give it a role. For example, now you type something like this. You're an experienced business consultant. You that help beginners start profitable online business. That is a role. That is a role that ChatGPT will play as, or will act as. You are an experienced business consultant. You help beginners start profitable online businesses. That is a role. Okay, you don't just give me an idea of how to start a business. No, the question you might ask now is, why does this particular component work? You see, when you tell ChatGPT who it is or who it should act as, you are activating a specific knowledge lens for it, and then it also stops ChatGPT from sounding like a Wikipedia. You get, this is basically one of the most important ChatGPT prompt engineering tricks out there. You get, so that's it. Let's move on to number two components in our list. So the second component on the list is the goal. You need to be clear about the outcome. ChatGPT needs to know what success feels like. For example, when you type in your prompt in the goal components, you can type something like this. When it comes to the goal components, your goal is to explain affiliate marketing to complete beginners in a way they can understand and implement it immediately. That is a goal. You see, and when the goal is very clear, the answer becomes focused. Okay, and let us move to the third component in our list. So the third item on the list is the context, and this context is basically giving maybe like a background information. It helps to tell ChatGPT who this whole thing you're typing or this whole inquiry you're making, who is it for? You understand? So that is basically what this context is all about. When you're typing a prompt and you get to this the third component aspect of the prompt, you can type something like this. Let me give you an example to enable you understand what I am saying. I am a beginner entrepreneur with little capital trying to attract free leads online. You see, you've now explained, you have given it a context. That's a background information. A beginner entrepreneur with little capital, trying to attract free leads online. So you've given it, an idea of how to really, you find out that the response will be more tailored to your background information. You get a beginner entrepreneur, little capital, trying to attract free leads online. You get the idea now. So let's move to the fourth component on our list. Please don't forget to hit the like button, and also if you're here to subscribe to this channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel so you can always get videos like this, because you may not, who knows, you might not see this channel again. So just hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the videos I share with you. The fourth component on the list is constraints. Constraints is basically setting the rules. And when you set the rules, it prevents ChatGPT from giving you bad answers straight up. You're telling it how things, like giving it direction, just basically setting the rules and giving it limits. You get? So for example, we have different kind of um, examples of the kind of limits or rules you can give to ChatGPT. For example, you have keep it simple, avoid technical jargons, no paid ads, and what have you. Any other one that you can think of, they are all any rule or any limits that you want ChatGPT to adhere to. For example, while typing your prompt, when you get to the fourth component part, let me give you an example that can give you a clearer picture. You say, keep it simple, keep this explanation simple, and beginner friendly, and make it practicable, and avoid advanced terms. You understand? Because normally beginners don't need this advanced terms. So keep it simple, keep it practical, and then avoid advanced terms. So that is like guiding ChatGPT or giving it limits, giving it rules that it must follow. It must follow those rules when it's bringing out the result for you. The constraints basically guides how ChatGPT thinks. That's what that constraints component basically does. It guides how ChatGPT thinks for you. Okay, so let's move on to the last but not the least components on our list. The fifth component of a very powerful ChatGPT prompt is the output format. In the output format, you are controlling the response. You have to be in control of the response, the final response. And most beginners skip this particular component and later regret it. Don't allow ChatGPT to decide what format to give you the answer. You be the one to decide. You understand? Do not allow ChatGPT to decide on what format your response should be. No. You should be the one to tell ChatGPT what format you want your response to be in. Basically, we have different kind of formats that you can give for this output formats. We have different formats. We have the checklist format. We have the step-by-step process. We have the table formats, explanation-driven formats. We also have comparison formats, script formats, you know, and what have you. There are many. So it depends on what you want. It depends on the how you want your output to be like. You get? So that is why I said don't allow ChatGPT to be the one to give you a format. You should be the one to tell it what format you need. Okay, so there are different formats that you can use out there. It depends on what you actually need. And one thing with why this format is very important component of your um, prompt is that it gives structure, and it makes it very easy to read, when it's really presented in a orderly format. It makes reading easy, and also gives it your response structure. Okay. All right, so let me give you a complete ChatGPT prompt formula. Let me give you an example of a complete ChatGPT prompt formula. You are an experienced online business coach. That's the role. Your goal is to help a complete beginner to understand how to make money online. That's the goal. This beginner has little capital and wants free method. That's the context. Okay, now the next is keep it simple and beginner friendly. Avoid jargons. That's the constraints. Okay, then you conclude by saying present the answer in clear steps. That's the format. Okay, this will clearly give you a different output from what you've been doing all this while. You get? So I guess you should try and implement this on your own too, using this example that I have given you. Okay. Yeah, so the question now is, why does this formula work? This formula actually works because ChatGPT is trained to follow structured instructions. Okay, and also you remove guesswork, and then you control the thinking and not just the outputs. You get? So whether you're using ChatGPT for business, for learning, for business ideas, planning projects, making money, this formula actually scales. In this whole video, if you not remember anything, just remember this one thing. ChatGPT does not need smart questions. Nah, it needs better instructions. Okay, so if there's anything you get from this particular video, just know that what ChatGPT needs is not smart question, but better instructions. So these 5 components that I just gave you is basically the foundation. Okay, master it once and you get used to it forever. All right, so guys, if you found this video very useful, please don't forget to hit the like button, and also if you're here to subscribe to this channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel so you can always get videos like this, because you may not, who knows, you might not see this channel again. So just hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the videos I share with you. And also do well to check out this playlists on the screen. That's where I give all those that are struggling with ChatGPT or complete beginners with ChatGPT. When you go through this video, this playlist on the screen here, you come out, with high confidence, and you increase you know, your onions in the game. You get? So do well to check out this playlist, and you'll thank me later. Yeah, you can actually thank me in the comments. All right, so I'll see you in the next one, and until then, stay safe.